Guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I finally got the Royal Enfield, and today is just really the initial impressions ride. We're going to have a look around the bike, I'll throw some specs at you, and then yeah, join me for the ride. I'm still blown away that you can pick these up now for £4,699, or from that. I think there's a few different variants, like different exhausts and whatnot, but still 4,699. Bargain. Let's have a look around this one the usual way. Give you the full walk round. I know in the last video I did with this bike it was mixed within a few other Royal Enfields, so you didn't get to see it in all its glory, but I have never actually seen this paint job before. When I've been into moto, they've had the solid colours, the red, the green and colours like that, but they've never had one in of this colour. I like it. This has just got the standard exhausts on as well. I think the one I was looking at quite a while ago now, but it had the Scorpion exhausts, and it did make a difference with the sound, to be fair, but this one still sounds all right. Yeah, it's a good looking machine. Brakes on this at the front, you've got a 320mm disc, and it's got Bibury brakes as well, so decent spec. At the rear there's a 240mm, and it's a single piston Bibury again, so good brakes. And I can say from the early ride I've had, or the little ride I've had, they work really well. The dual shocks at the back. Now lucky for me, this has got a short seat height, 790mm, so for somebody like myself, 5'8" with a 29-inch inseam, so short legs and flat foot both sides, not a problem. So the pegs are central, however you are leant over. Yeah, it's a sporty position, not as brutal as a lot of the modern day sports bikes, but still you are bent over it, so we'll see how we get on for a longer ride. Weight wise on this, it isn't a shrinking violet by any stretch. It is quite a heavy lump, 198 kilograms, and for something this size it's quite heavy, so pushing it around, yeah, work those muscles. You don't feel it when you're riding though, it actually feels really nice, really light and nimble. Fuel tank on this is 12.5 litres. Now I haven't got a lot of fuel in it, so I am going to go to the petrol station at some point and fill up, so we'll see how much it costs for a full tank. Got 18-inch wheels front and rear. The engine on this is 648 cc's. It's an air and oil cooled engine, and it delivers 47 horsepower. Now that in torque figures is 52 newton meters of torque at 5,250 revs. We'll see if it's fun when we take it for a ride. The fact that they are £2,100 cheaper than what the full price is just amazes me. Just mind blown with how cheap they are currently, but they're not going to be that price for long, and as I've said in my recent Royal Enfield video, you really need to get on these quickly, because once they're gone, and yeah, £6,799 will be the minimum you'll probably have to pay. That's a lot more expensive than what they currently are. Nice. The buttons on this are just your typical Royal Enfield buttons. So you've got a horn indicator, and you've got your high and low beam and your pass, but I like how Royal Enfield do it with this like twisting, instead of having a push button, something a bit unique that Royal Enfield do. They do the same on the other side. Your kill switch, and you've got your engine start, but again it's done via this little twisting motion instead of pressing a button, or just a bit different. They also have the hazard lights on this side. No fancy TFT screen, you've got your dials, so we've got miles per hour on the outside, kilometers on the inside, and then you've got your rev counter over here. There is a small digital screen as well, just with your trip computer and your total miles. But yeah, basic, but it just suits the bike. That's the walk around done. So I'm going to be taking this bike through its paces. I'm going to be trying it on different types of roads. I'm going to be treating it as my own for a couple of weeks. So it's going to be rides to work, rides out with the lads, rides out by myself, just like I'm going on now. So join me for that and we'll see how we get on. Let's go. The maiden voyage of the Royal Enfield Continental GT650, and I've got to say, it's just such a fun little thing, this. It is. I mean, I'm not a big fan of sports bikes. I've said it before. I mean, I appreciate them and I think they're gorgeous things to look at, but for a long ride out, I've always suffered. I just find after a long ride out of even just a couple of hours really, you've got a sore back, you've got sore wrists, you're a bit achy all over, and I know it's an old person thing, and I'm not even that old to be fair, but that's just how I suffer with them. A few hours of playing is loads of fun, but after that, yeah, the problems start happening for me. So this bike, it's not as aggressive as far as sporty positions go as your out and out modern day sports bikes. You're not bent over that far, but you are bent over, and you do put a bit of weight onto your wrists, as I'm doing now. It's bearable currently. I'm actually enjoying it, especially when it comes to the little twisty bits, which is what I'm out doing now. Today I'm just keeping it on the slower roads. Well, when I say slower roads, I might go national speed limit road, country lanes, that kind of stuff, but I'm not hitting the motorway with this one today. Next video I think I'll try that, because I might use it for the work run, and then we'll see how we get on. But for today, I just want to see what the handling's like on slow speeds and how it takes the corners on the slightly faster roads, like I'm doing now. Slightly faster, only slightly though. I do like this road. It would be so much better if it was just fresh, as opposed to being a bit grotty and a bit bumpy, but it's got a few nice little twists and turns to it, so it's a fun little road to play on. It's not the fastest sports bike in the world, no, but it's not that kind of sports bike. It's a classic feel, and that's what it is. It's a modern take on a classic bike. You've got all of the good stuff of a modern bike, your ABS, your disc brakes, all of that stuff, so you've got that, but essentially it's made to look like a bike from years and years and years ago. A lot of cars holding us up here, but it's so lovely at slow speeds to be able to just throw it around the bends and not even going particularly fast. And it's nice enough when you open it up, it raises a smile. Well, it does for me. I'm really enjoying this. Massive thank you goes out to Intermoto and MotoGP for sorting out this bike for me, because I know I'm in a very privileged position, and yes, it's took a lot of work on my part to get to this stage. I think I've done about 10 million videos now, and the channel is getting bigger and bigger each day, so thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for joining, and feel free, introduce yourself in the comments. Let's have a chat. Every time you slow down, every time you brake, you do notice your weight on your wrists. You do. There's no getting away from it. It has that sports bike type riding position, but it's not as bad. I mean, I say it's not as bad. If you're into your sports bikes and you ride a lot of sports bikes, you'll find this really, really comfortable. Oh yes, now we're talking. This is a road. What a tool for the job. It has certainly got enough get up and go to it. Now today I should have had a little ride to Scotland, and I haven't. I've stayed more local than that. I'm just riding around the local countryside nearest to my house. But yeah, I think I was someone was attempting a bit of catfishing with me, you know. Always wanted to converse via text, never wanted to speak on the phone, always avoided phone calls, never had a phone call, but wanted me to ride 3 hours to go and meet her or him or whoever, you know what I mean. And I just thought, I'm just going to end up being victim of something here. Oy. Yeah, I thought I'm going to end up being a victim of something, so yeah, I decided to avoid that. And yeah, I'm not going to be one of those people that puts a catfishing story online after something's happened. So yeah, I think we'll give that a bit of a miss. And so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the experience of riding it. I'm really comfortable, surprisingly, for this type of sporty bike. But I'm still blown away at the actual cost of these at the moment. I do reference quite a lot the Japanese bikes when it comes to going out on a cheaper motorcycle, and I can go out on a 125 bike that maybe costs £2,500, £3,000, and I will reference it against the Japanese 125 that will cost over £5,000. Now, when you think about that, a 125 costing over £5,000, and then you've got this that costs less than that. So this bike in its current state, new from Moto, is going to cost less than well, it's going to cost around £4,500. Now £4,500 is cheaper than a brand new Japanese 125, and quite a few of them as well, not just one or two. There's quite a few 125cc motorcycles that are more expensive than this bike, and I just find that mind-blowing. How can this fully fledged big boy sports bike cost less than a 125? Just mind-blowing. Anyway, I'm putting some fuel in. Is there pay at the pump here? No, there's not. Helmet off. They do love a helmet. In fact, do they? I'm going to try. They love a helmet off at the garages, don't they? But I'm going to see if they actually let me do this one. Oh, I'm never a fan of that, when you've got to hold the I'm going to treat it. Some super unleaded, not the cheap stuff. Yeah, no, was it working? Oh, I like that. They're not holding me to the helmet off rule today. I like it. But I'm never a fan, you know, when you've got to take the cap off altogether. I prefer the ones that just kind of fold, because now I've got to hold this, put it on the bike, or drop it on the floor, or just kind of faff around with it for a bit. Right, that'll do me for fuel. That's not too bad actually. £13 to fill it up. Oh, that's alright. Don't need to twist it, just, yeah, like that. Right, let's go and pay. You're right, number 4, please. £13.07. Thank you.
Am I on video?
Yeah, it's still recording, yeah. Smile for the camera. Thank you very much. Say again?
The camera for other drivers.
Is it what?
Is it for your own safety, the camera?
No, I do YouTube videos.
What is your channel?
GILLYBIKES it's called. So it's just all motorcycle reviews and rides and stuff. Oh, nice one. That's the one.
Okay.
Nice one, mate. Thank you. Cheers. See you later. Oh, love that. See, some people are just very nice, aren't they? I like that. Go into Asda, pay for your fuel, pick up a new subscriber on the way. Well played, that man. Let's get back to it. Now I genuinely don't know where I am now, because I've done the classic bike thing of just enjoying the roads. I'm not really fussed actually, I'm not heading anywhere in particular. Just short of 50 miles since I've picked the bike up. So 50 miles. It's shocking how quickly actually it tots up, isn't it, when you're just out riding and just enjoying the experience of riding and bimbling about. I picked this bike up with 0 miles. I mean, again, I can't thank Moto enough for arranging this for me, because I really wanted a Royal Enfield. I actually tried, I'll admit something now. So not long ago I did try and part X my Nikon for the Royal Enfield Interceptor, and only the fact that my Nikon was just the part X value on it was just horrendous. I would have lost like over 50%. It was about 60% down the total cost after just less than 12 months of owning it. And people say Chinese bikes depreciate. Well, my Japanese Yamaha 60% down after 12 months. So I just will not accept when people go on about Chinese bikes and how much they lose, because the Japanese bikes are doing exactly the same thing. Let's try a little turn around here. The traffic looks far too bad over that way. Let's spin it around. Do you know, that was nice and easy. Most sports bikes, they don't have a decent turning circle, but this really does. Does have some grunt as well. Yeah, so going back to that story, so I did try and swap the Nikon, and when I realised how much the Nikon was going to basically lose, I just thought that's just stupid, because I love my Nikon and I was only changing it for the sake of having something different on the channel. And when I thought about it, I thought, no, I'm not losing that kind of money on a bike that is the perfect touring bike. And it is for me, because it's comfortable, it's fast enough, it's a dream to ride, and it does everything that I want it to. So yeah, I decided against it, but I'm still hankering and like dreaming of one day having a Royal Enfield. And unfortunately, financially, I'm not in a position to just go out and buy one at this moment in time, because, you know, I won't bore you with the full details, but I have an ex-wife who I divorced a couple of years ago after her affair, and yeah, I've still got her refusing to move out of the house that I'm still paying for. So financially, I'm paying for a house that I don't live in. Yeah, it's difficult at the minute for me to do absolutely anything financially. So my dream of owning a Royal Enfield is just not happening until she decides that she's going to up and leave the house that I'm paying for, and she's not decided that for the last 2 years, so I can't see it happening anytime soon. And yeah, lesson learned with that one. And it does kind of put you off women, doesn't it? It really does, because she's costing me bloody fortunes, literally thousands every month. Yeah, it's costing that much, and 2 years down the line I'm still paying it. So yeah, utter dog shit. But that is why I'm not just running out and buying one of these bikes straight away, because I would love to go out and get one. And maybe one day when she actually does the right thing and stops fleecing me every month, I might actually be able to go out and buy my own. I can dream anyway, can't I? Anyway, sad story, but yeah, just a bit of a share for you. And do you know what, it's what I like about motorcycles, because with all that crap that's happening with my life, I need a motorcycle to go and ride and forget and not think about all of that stuff. And I know that everybody has their own problems, don't they? I'm not unique. I know I'm not the only one out there that has issues. And yeah, motorcycles are a great escape from your issues. They are. In fact, they're my favourite escape from my issues, because you can, well, apart from when you're talking and sharing with YouTube, but you can generally go out and not think about stuff like that, and you just enjoy the ride, the roads, and the experience of what's in front of you, as opposed to worrying and thinking how you're going to pay your bills next month. So yeah, I can just focus on the road, and I know you guys will, you know, we all have things going on, but I just thought I'd share a little bit of what's going on with me. I know people will say, oh, but we've tuned in to find out about the bike, well, you've not spoke about the bike. I'm just adding bits for you. I'll have a bit of the bike, we'll talk bike, we'll talk just life stuff, we'll just, you know, let us know in the comments, talk about anything. I'm not bothered, I'll have a chat. Yeah, I'm actually sharing a lot of stuff today that isn't bike related. I'm going to get back to it. Apologies. I just, once I start talking about something, I just, yeah, I go on. Apologies. Anyway, so my initial impressions of this bike, we'll just finish off with a bit of a summary, and then I think that's going to do me for today. So the bike is comfortable. I've been on this bike for a while now. We've done over 50 miles on this initial impressions ride, and I'm not in pain. Yeah, I can feel the weight on my wrists, and maybe, you know, if I'm on it all day long, and I'll probably test, in fact no, I'll definitely test that out. I might go and do a long ride on it in a future video, but I'm not in pain now after a couple of hours riding and stopping and everything else, and I'm just enjoying the experience of it. I'm just finding it's a really lovely bike to ride. It's not earth-shatteringly quick when you drop it a gear and give it some. It's fast enough, but it's certainly not a sports bike performance, because, you know, it's an air and water cooled engine, and yeah, it'll give you some smiles, but you're not going to be gasping for breath with how fast it is. But it, you know, it's fast enough. It's certainly fast enough for me and what I use bikes for and how I ride. And when you do eventually give it a bit of a blast, it's already raised a few smiles on me. I'm happy with it. Yeah, so the performance is good, the handling is good, the riding position is comfortable, even for someone like me who's not really a big sports bike fan. Yeah, the overall experience of riding today has just been a delight. So I am going to head home I will put another couple of videos out on this because I do want to use it for work, and going to work means I'm going to be doing some motorway riding. I also work the other side of Manchester, so I'll be doing some very busy city riding, so I'll be doing a lot of filtering and skipping through traffic. So we'll see how this holds up when I'm away from the nice little country lanes. But yeah, make sure you come back and join me, and I will try and keep the personal stuff to a minimum. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm just having a nice little share. Anyway, that's going to do me for this one. I will catch you guys on the next one. Laters.